with all due respect. With all due respect. With all due respect. With all due respect.
This is the With All Due Respect podcast presented by Mo Knows with your man Mo and my lovely co-host, Miss Lady Simone. How y'all doing today?
I'm doing good. You said, how are y'all doing today?
As in the people that's watching.
Oh,
How
okay.
they're doing today.
Okay.
I'm sorry. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Now, secondly, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully everyone had a good 4th because we are almost there, July the 7th.
Yep.
This is July the 7th. There's been a reoccurring, I won't say message, there's been a reoccurring term that just kept popping up all week for me. I'm just like, I guess this right here is a sign, because I do believe in signs. I guess this is a sign for us to actually speak about it. Not only speak about it, maybe for my own personal self to kind of dive into it, kind of dissect it, and even apply it to my day-to-day life. And the term that kept coming up, even while watching The Chi, because I completed The Chi second series, second season. Was it just me or was it Big Fella too?
Yeah, he joined in on
fella.
the second season. We completed the first. He came in on the second, and then was able to finish that one off.
That was probably
so far, I don't know if it's actually completed or that's all the episodes there. Yeah,
no, that was it. That was it because Brandon and my man made peace, and they had all the bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But the word that just kept coming up, there was a scene where Brandon actually went to go speak to Ronnie. I think he was asleep. Did you see that last one? Or you fell asleep?
No, I saw the last one.
All right, he went to go speak to Ronnie. If y'all know the plot, the whole storyline, Ronnie killed Brandon's brother, thinking that he killed his son. And so Brandon was kind of dealing with this whole thing back and forth. Ronnie got out of jail, so he saw him from afar. At this point, Ronnie kind of turned his life around a little bit. He was trying to make right of his wrong. And so Brandon saw him, so it was that kind of scene where it was like, oh, what's he going to do? Oh, my God, what is he going to do?
It was an intense moment.
And at that point right there, the word that came up within their dialogue back and forth, and then on top of that, like I said earlier, the word that just kept coming up to me throughout the week was forgiveness, to forgive.
Yeah.
And I sat down and I thought about that right there because, when you have this thing in your heart or you're carrying this burden, this luggage, it actually holds you down. And I don't think people understand how much it holds you down because rapper Royce the 5'9" said when you have hatred or malice or whatever it is in your heart and you haven't forgave that person for whatever it is they may have done, they live in your head rent-free. They're taking up space rent-free. And I was just like, wow. That's true.
That's strong that you said that because I had no idea what we were talking about today. And, to think about when we talk about forgiveness, it is far beyond just forgiving an individual. It goes as far as forgiving yourself. And the importance of that, for me, I had a situation to where it's like I constantly have to talk to myself and forgive myself, because sometimes you get stuck in situations and moments to where you're so hard on yourself and you're like, I should have did this way. I should have did it that way. And you get so stuck in that moment that the day is going to go by regardless.
24
and we spoke about that. I'm like, whether I sit in this situation and be upset and think of the ways I could have changed it, or if I push through that situation.
Which I think that's good. Reflection is good as okay, what can I do to make sure I don't have this hiccup or this hurdle or this obstacle appear again? So I think
that's when I said too, allow yourself, this is my theory, 24 hours, because I allowed myself that day. And then it was something that I'm like, nah, let's go. Mm-hmm. We got to still get it beyond that because like I say, I can sit there and dwell in that and the days are going to go by, or I can push through and try to figure it out and let the days go by while I'm pushing through and something's going to open up. Mm-hmm. So it's so important. And, just along the lines when you say forgiveness, man, that is like...
It's a loaded word.
It is
it's
because...
a very loaded word.
And it's like... so much things that we don't realize that we need to forgive people for. Mm-hmm. There's people that walk into work every day upset at a certain individual, and you're like, oh, I let it go, but you can't even look that person in the face.
So therefore, you really haven't let it go. And then honestly, when it comes, and I think when it comes down to forgiveness, you can forgive an individual, then you actually made a point. You got to forgive. I'm not forgiving you for what you did. I need to forgive so I can move on.
Yes.
It's not so much for you to come back over to the cool table or we go bowling together or we start talking music or whatever together. You got to actually forgive for yourself to actually grow. Because that person is really a hindrance. You cannot, like you just said, you cannot say I forgave that person. Then when they come around, you all, you're cringing and
you're
whatnot.
tense. That's like my mom would say, she's like, just remember when somebody show you who they are, you take that and you always keep that in your mind. That don't mean you separate yourself and say, I'm just never going to deal with this person. Especially if you're in a situation where you have to constantly work with somebody or be around.
Be within their
it's
presence.
like, I know what you do, who you are. You show me your hand over and over and over. And when people do that, plug it in. But it's not necessarily saying I'm going to treat you wrong. Because I've been around people to where I've seen how they treat other people. And I plug that into my memory too. Because if you're willing to treat this person like this, I'm not far from that.
What makes you exempt to that?
Exactly. So I keep track of all of that. Because the time will come to where you may get upset. And then, whoa, I'm in your path and boom. But I'm not going to be upset when that happened. And it has happened to me. But I don't get upset because I always look at it like, already knew that's how you do. But I still, in my heart, the way that I handle situations like that is, I'm going to still talk to you. I'm going to still, because I'm not going to block anything that's coming to me for holding hatred or anything
grudge, for that matter. And I just got off the phone with a young lady, and we was talking about that. I'm not going to throw away 15 years of a friendship or a relationship over something that you've done wrong. So I'm definitely going to forgive you. But again, like you just said, I'm going to make a mental note that I know I can't go down this road right here with you again.
That's right. And you know what? Oh, man. As we're holding this conversation, right? It's so crazy because I had a conversation earlier throughout the week, right? And we were talking along the lines of not everything is needed to be said.
No.
And it was based along the line of forgiving because this individual said, you know what? I forgive this person for what they did. But I wish I didn't act upon it the way I act upon it. So it's so important to understand that not everything requires you to take action immediately.
And honestly, a lot of communication is nonverbal.
Yes.
A lot of communication is nonverbal. You can look at body language. You can look at temperament.
Yes.
You can just, again, when you walk into a room and somebody cringes without even talking, you know, like, okay.
Something is going on
Something
between
is right. The energy.
Yeah.
A lot of people using that term now, energy. So a lot of communication is definitely nonverbal.
Yeah, and that's how I tell people all the time. I said, one important thing about me, I watch everything. So I can see you walk in a room where I'm sitting back and I'm just like, okay, something's off between this person, XYZ, or this person behavior, or something. You can always tell in something with somebody.
Well, people call that for females is women intuition.
No, I think sometimes it goes beyond that because I think sometimes, I'm that person to where I may not know what it is, but I've come in contact with people and I don't know what it is, but it's like, spiritually, we didn't get it was something that was like something you got to stay away. So there's moments to where that's why I think it's very important to talk less, especially when you're in situations to where you're dealing with a
funny style person, somebody that's not real right.
Yeah. But but the thing is, what I was saying too, going back to what the person was talking about forgiving, she said, I forgive that individual. And it took a couple of days because you replay situations, but I wish I didn't say anything in the beginning. And that's important.
And time. It takes time to forgive people. You're not going to forgive them overnight. I mean, you look at it like a cut. You fell. You have a cut on your arm. It takes time for that scab to develop. And that scab actually goes into a layer of skin that is now. So you don't forget you have a dark bruise right there.
Yeah.
So therefore, that's your reminder.
Yes.
That's your war wound. So therefore, I guess it goes into that narrative. And I'm not 100% soul doing it, but I do get it. I can forgive. I just won't forget. That's how are you really going to forgive me if you're not allowing me a second chance, third chance? I understand the term. I understand the term, but if we let's not get caught up in cliches. I can forgive, but I won't forget.
Because that's just pretty much saying I'll forgive you. But in the back of my mind, that's the same thing as we're saying. You know what type of person you're dealing with.
But people change. So with that right there, people change, and they typically change due to circumstances. So when we say that, again, it's a cliche. Let's not get caught up in cliches like the stupid one. You can't win them all. Why not? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Floyd Mayweather did. You want them all.
But the thing
But
is,
as in just far as getting lost in cliches or whatnot. But I can forgive, okay, we come back to that same hurdle to where you burnt me before, right? But I've actually learned from that last time. So you're going to still be...
No.
Whatever the case, I'm speaking as in general.
I don't think it comes. No, I'm just saying in general too. I don't think people necessarily just be like, "Oh no, back off." I think they forgive, but it always is in the back of their mind that, you know what, this person hurt me. This happened, but I'm able to, if I see, you know, in order for things to move forward as far as changing, you have to see that pattern in that individual. If that individual proves themselves over and over, you see that change within them, that's good.
I think conversation is necessary first. Then we start.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Because we need to make sure that you understand that you did some foul stuff. We need to make sure that we're on the same page. Like, that was foul. Okay, you're right. That was foul.
But then you got to understand too, and I think we got to put this out there as well. Just because you come to somebody and say, I feel like this was foul, and, you know, if that person does not come back to you with what you want that person to come back to, you can't feel no type of way, because some people don't realize that they hurt somebody. Correct. And sometimes we enter into a conversation with somebody, and on our end, we got everything, all I's are dotted, T's are crossed. It's like, I'm ready to communicate. So you're telling this person this, and on the other end, they're willing to listen, but they're not in the place that you're in. So it's going to take them a minute. I always tell people, when you walk into a situation like that, allow that person time to not say anything. Absolutely. You know, because if they don't say nothing, don't be tight. Like, oh, so you don't got nothing to say, I just pour them out. Yes, you gave yourself time to get to the point to where you're able to
probably caught that person off guard.
Exactly.
Like, whoa, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So you need to take time to process what they said, and then call another sit down to be like, all right, I heard your end, and I took and I dissected it, and so therefore I want to have a rebuttal. So it might take a three go round. Like, all right, you said how you said what you said and how you felt and how you said it. I'm gonna do the same, and then we're gonna come together again the third go round. So let's see if we can iron this thing out and move forward.
Because at the end of the day, we have to understand too, nobody likes to be told when they are doing something wrong or they hurt somebody or whatever.
I'm not sure about that. It's how you tell that person. Because I want you to tell me if I'm not doing right.
You may want me to, but then you're gonna feel I won't say you'll be tight, but you'll be like, well, dang, that wasn't my intention. So you feel some type of way. Like, I can't believe you even felt like that's how I made you feel.
If you pull me all to the side, like, yo, can I holler at you real quick? Like, yo, check this out. First of all, how's your day going? You doing all right? Because I don't want to jump on you. You're already having a bad day, so you definitely not going to process it. So at that point, like, you doing all right? Everything good? Like, yeah, you acting funny style. What's good? All right, check this out. So I already checked the temperature. I already know what you're on right now. You're in a good place. So then we can have that conversation. But then that's like war. When you go to war, you need to make sure you study your opponent. Like, okay, I know typically on Wednesdays, you know, he might be off or whatever.
But then you got to look at it too, you know, outside of that, there's situations, circumstances that happen with everybody that would make them not act the same way they may act on Mondays, Tuesdays.
This is true. You know what I'm saying? But we have patterns.
This is true. Yeah. So you got to, I think all of that has to be taken into consideration. But I think it's so important because there's so many people that are held back because they can't forgive the next person. And there's so many people that are held back because you're so busy not even realizing that you're not forgiving someone, that you're in a situation to where you may be, let's just use example, you may be on your job, right? Your boss did something to you, you're upset. You don't forgive this person. You're sitting in here and you're just peed off all day long. This person is going on about their day. They're happy.
They're going to the golf course. Yeah. Go to movie with their family and all that, but you tight.
And you're tight. You're missing out on an opportunity that could be right in your face to where somebody else could have come in and had something lined up for you, but you're so tight and your attitude is so off that they don't see that personality, the true you, to offer you something outside of you being upset every day because you don't want to be at work.
And let me also add a little bit more narrative to forgiveness or forgiving. Kind of be slow to forgive. Don't become a victim.
Oh, yes. Right, that's important.
Be slow to forgive. So, again, you got to become a thinking individual. Again, patterns.
But listen, well, okay. Could you say be slow to forgive? That goes back to my thing of,
not to forget.
Exactly. I'm going to forgive you, but I'm not going to forget because it comes a point, not just one person may do something to you. If it's a line of people, you got to be slow to enter into that. You know what I'm saying? In my heart of hearts, I can forgive you, right?
Right.
But then you got to look at it like, if it's a pattern that's continuing to happen with different people, or you see different things, it's like, okay, I forgive, but I'm going to just ease my way back because this may can happen again. Or I'm going to fall. They see, oh, if you do this to her, guess what? She going to forgive you, girl. You don't even got to worry about it.
But what I mean by slow to forgive, as far as allow that person to make sure that they know that they did wrong to you.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why I'm like, don't just be like, I don't worry about it, man. We good.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
I never learned not to do this again. So that's what I mean as far as slow to forgive.
Okay, because
make sure that you have that conversation. Yeah, you got to have that conversation.
Well, I think that's what comes into play, too, because we miss out on that point. You have to we talk about this all the time.
You got to sit in that shit sometimes.
Yeah, and
you got to sit in it.
We say it all the time. Always communicate, conversate, tell people exactly how you feel, why you feel the way you feel, and so on and so forth. You can't just sit there and, okay, y'all talked about it, you let it go. Because if you're still having certain feelings, or if you feel something, you should still be able to say something to that person. You know what I'm saying? We're going to constantly talk and communicate, because communication, I tell people, in any relationship, friendship, jobship,
business, any form of life, communication is the foundation. Key. And keep in mind, after that communication, that doesn't mean we're going to be friends.
No.
We just know how to work around each other.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to be friends in business, right? We just got to be here to get this one thing done, and let's move forward. There's a lot of people that we know that don't. The Rock and Vin Diesel, that like each other, but how many movies have they done from Fast?
Yeah, so you got to learn, and I think that comes with maturity. That's
it comes with maturity.
That comes with maturity,
and that comes with time. When you have communication and then time, I think, is something that's overlooked, because everybody wants everything now, instantly.
But I think, and then I want to say this too, because we talk about maturity. We have to understand maturity does not mean that your age. I'm sorry. Because you have immature adults, you have immature senior citizens. So it comes to the point to where, it's experience, it's wisdom, it's so many different things that's wrapped up in that word maturity. Because a lot of times they think, oh, just because you're a certain age, you should be. That's not necessarily true.
I agree with you.
But I think it comes with, just experience, and understanding. And a big thing, your mindset. Because if you're able to change the way you think, right? You have to understand in this world that not everybody thinks the same. So if you're able to change the way you think, to look at a situation, how I may look at you and be like, why he think this way? But if I put myself outside of self and try to place myself in your situation and say, you know what? I see why. And I tell people all the time, there's a reason why this person has this reaction. And you got to understand, a lot of stuff stemmed from prior things. Now
we're going into the psyche. Now we're going into your upbringing, what you have actually experienced.
There's so many,
that you've made
and there's so many different things.
And that's too layered for one person to even try to get involved in.
Oh, yeah.
That's too layered. So what I would like to do with this episode, myself, I would like to say, I forgive anyone and everyone that I felt that may have done me wrong. And then in return, I also would like to ask for forgiveness for anyone that may have felt that I've done it wrong, intentionally or unintentionally, because that's never my intentions. I don't think people set out. There are some people, right? There's always there's always some people out there that's just woke up on the wrong side of the bed every day. But I actually wanted to extend that right there. I actually forgive me if I ever done you wrong, if you ever felt as if I done you wrong. And also, in return, same thing as well. Lady Simone, you have anything would you like to add to that?
Yeah, I would just say too, because a lot of the times we don't even realize the effect or impact you have on somebody, right? Because there's individuals that may come and say, you impact me positively. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people will come and say that, but nobody really will say, you hurt my feelings.
Right.
And when it is
or vice versa. A lot of people say that you actually hurt me. There's people that will say that you hurt me, but they're slow to say thank you.
Yeah.
They're slow to say, you know what, you got me through that right there.
Yeah. Whew. So there's so many different ways we can look at that. And I think there's a lot of us that sit on things. I think it's so important. We have to communicate and tell people, listen, you hurt my feeling. Because I could be sleeping great at night and I'm wondering why we don't have the relationship that we used to have. Mm-hmm. And I genuinely don't know. Because I always say I'm not a person that goes out to be negative towards anyone. I like to tell jokes. Maybe I know one time I was in a situation where a lady was like, listen, you kind of overdid it. Your jokes, like, I think you were attacking me, and I'm just like, whoa, that hurt my feeling more than anything, because I would never want anyone to feel that way. So for me, if I did anything to harm, hurt, or make you feel uncomfortable or anything like that, I apologize wholeheartedly, because my thing is, I want everyone to be happy. I want us to be able to smile. You know, there's not going to be something that I like about everybody. There's things about me that people may not like, and I'm okay with that. But I respect you on the level of your relationship, on the level of your beliefs, on the level of anything, because you're your own individual person. I understand that. So I respect you on those levels to love you regardless.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, and we have to come, you know, I think people in general have to understand, you cannot expect people to change to your views. Those people have to live for who they are, and in the end, they have to account for themselves, as long as you know you're doing everything in your power to do what you're supposed to do.
I agree as well. So
This
is our podcast for today, ladies and gentlemen.
Forgiveness, Mo. That was a good one.
I appreciate it. It was something that's actually like really dear to me. Like I said, I don't set out to do wrong. Anybody tell you I'm a walking innocent. I'm just brother love. You know what I'm saying? I just want love. I just want people to be happy, smile, go for whatever it is that you want to go for. Whatever it is, just be happy. Bring positive energy, man. Anyone that knows me personally be like, yo, nah, that's just a happy. He's a big teddy bear. So that's actually, like I said, when I saw those signs throughout the week, I was like, all right, so therefore I got to actually.
It wasn't a coincidence. It's just like I said, I didn't know we were talking about this, but I just had this conversation earlier within the week, and we were just talking about that, and then just on myself, about forgiveness for myself, you know? So it's just one of those things to where when it's that constant sign, it's not only probably meant for us, but somebody else. Well. And that's the beautiful thing about conversation.
And the thing, and I was about to say that as well, and that's what we built this podcast on. We've been on for a little over a year. We've got a few different nominations, some current, some past, and just different things. But ultimately, what we built this on is transparency through conversation, and that's what y'all just witnessing. Y'all have been witnessing since we actually first hit record on that button right there. So not to be long-winded, not to take up too much of your Sunday, it is July 7th. We want y'all to stay tuned to the end of this right here. We will have a word from Mr. John Oglesby, the director. He's the director and writer as well of the Tools Project. So he has a little announcement for y'all. We have Lady Simone's book, Hope Jones. Would you like
Hope
to
Jones, yes. Hope Jones is on Amazon platforms. You can go to www.amazon.com. Check me out, Courtney Morrison, author of Hope Jones. It's an amazing book. Part 2 is actually coming out. It will be dropped by the end of 2019. I'm speaking and I'm saying it's already out there.
You're dropping the second one by the end of the year?
By the end of the year. By the end of the year. It is written, it is there, and it will uplift, encourage, and pull some people out some places. And it's just to put in place to let people understand you're not alone. You are not alone. So Hope Jones introduced you to hope. Ah, man, Hope Jones Part 2. We have Sean and Hope. Oh, man, they go through some things, guys. They go through some things, and I'm telling you, it's a great piece, and it's not a long read. That's my intentions, because I want to keep your attention. I want you guys just to get the message behind it. So thank you guys for who have ordered, and thanks who are going to order.
And as well, we drop a weekly playlist with Mr. Quinton Greer of 19 and Below Zero, as well as Pretty Above All. Y'all can see his name, this terrible hand right there in the corner right there, but that's our brother right there. We got a weekly playlist that we drop on iTunes. What else do we have? We have the mold pies, so y'all please hit up Miss Portia Wright or myself for the mold pies. The flavors that we have are apple crumble, the apple lattice, and we also currently just we released the red velvet pie, which has been a real big hit. What else do we have?
I'm going to plug something. This is just out the thing, because I've been praying about this. And if anyone need anything as far as writing these, helping with assignments, anything as far as writing anything, hey, hit your girl up,
A consultant, almost.
Consultant, but freelance writer. Freelance writer. Right. If you need anything, I'm willing to give you a hand in that at small fee. But I'm wanting to actually just help and extend my hand with that right there.
Absolutely. What else we have? We have the B-side comic strip. We're working on season 2 of that right there. We're actually
check out monosproduction.com.
Yes, please check out monosproduction.com. That's Mo3 KNOWS Productions without an S.com. Y'all check that out. We have a guest coming on the podcast next week. We will
Yes,
not
that's
say
going
the
to be
name.
exciting.
And we're actually going to do something a little bit different this go around. So y'all should be checking out that right there. We just got a lot of things going on, but we will prefer to actually. I'm sorry, what's up?
No, I was going to say like, share, and please, 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 please subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yes. So we're not going to actually do too much talking as far as what we got coming up because no one cares about the announcement. They actually care about the actual physical product. So y'all just stay tuned to us on social media. We're going to get the IG popping a little bit more. I know we're crazy on Facebook already. I just did a video a little while ago. But anyway, this is the With All Due Respect podcast with your man Mo Knows and Lady Simone. You have yourselves a good week, all right?
All right.
Peace.
Good morning, Tools family. You guys are family because, you like the page and you've been sharing. That's what family does. They support, man. And we can't thank you enough, man. This has been a dream come true for us to see a vision being played out in front of our eyes, man. And we cannot wait to share this amazing film with you guys, man. It's going to be impactful. It's going to be in your face. And it's going to be monumental for the upstate. The overall goal is just to bring people together with many different talents. Many different backgrounds, many different ethnicities, many different walks of life to come together and create something from the upstate for the upstate. That's the main goal, man. God gave me this vision, and I'm running with it, man. And I thank God for the team that He has given me, man. But this is an independent film. Independent film means it's independently funded by the community. And that's where you guys come in. We need your help. We really want you guys to be a part of this project. Of course, we got the product placement. If you have a business or you got a product that you want to share. But also, we want to give you guys a chance to sow a seed into us, man. It really will bless us greatly with the lighting, the makeup, and all the stuff that we need to make this film possible. So check this out, man. We're doing something pretty dope. I think it's dope. We're doing a thing called I Got 5 on It. I got 5 on it. We ain't gonna do that. You know the song. That we asking everybody to donate just $5. If you have a family or a friend that's in the cast, support them by just donating $5. That's all we ask, man. And for doing that, we're going to put your name up on the screen at the end of the movie. And we're going to scroll real slow so everybody can see the names that supported this film. And it's going to be shown in many different markets, and it's going to be shown across the world, man. So it's worth it. $5 to have your name on a screen seen by millions, and people are going to see your name, and you're going to pause it, and you're going to say, man, I had something to do with that. And we only asking for $5, man, and we will put your name on the screen. We thank you for your continued support. We need your help, though. We need your support. Just $5, man. That's like a burger and a fry, or whatever the case may be. Just sow a seed of $5, man, and we will greatly appreciate it, man. And the premiere is coming next year. In January, we're going to start filming. It's going to be out before summertime, man. It's going to be pretty dope. We want you guys to be a part of it, man. So won't you just give $5 and you can feed a family today? I'm just joking, but just give $5, man. Let's just say I got 5 on it. Go to the GoFundMe link. It's a secure link, so you ain't got to worry about nobody finessing your bank account. $5. Donate $5 to the GoFundMe, man, and we will put your name on the screen at the end of the film. Cool? Well, y'all do that today, man. Just think about it. Just pray on it. Get in your prayer closet. Just $5, man. Say I got 5 on it. Tools Project. Next year. On the way. I can't wait for you guys to see it because it's amazing. It's amazing. I'm going to get off here before I spoil it. Hey, $5, man. $5. I love you guys. Peace.